Sometimes when you have a gaming channel, like I do, you have to play a game that nobody wants to see, that's going to be incredibly long and drawn out, but you have to do it to stay sane. For me, Lemmings is one of those games, which is a little ironic because the game was originally marketed as we're not responsible for loss of sanity. But Lemmings is one of my favorite games of all time. I grew up with this game. I've played a million different versions of it. This version is called neolemmix. There's a link to it down below in the doobly-doo. You can download it for free and install a bunch of old Lemmings levels. There's a level editor, there's graphics packs, all kinds of stuff to play around with. But I want to share with you guys just some old school, regular Lemmings with some little modern features thrown in. So let's jump in here. We're going to start at the beginning of the game in the fun levels. Just dig. And neolemmix has a lot of really great features. For one, they gave you a little arrow here. If you didn't see it, there it is. Kind of showing you what direction the lemmings are going to come out of the trapdoor. I like this little feature too. When you have a destruction ability like the digger here, it shows you what part of the ground is going to be removed. It highlights the lemming in red. Just lots of little quality of life things like this, as we'll see. I have some buttons here. I push this button to show me my drop height. This will show me that any part along the ground here is a safe drop, as you can see. And I've got this button here, which toggles the graphics. So it becomes very clear which pixels are interactable and which pixels, these glowing ones here, are just background scenery. And it even shows you the active pixel, this purple spot here, which is the actual active pixel of the level exit. I can also use the left and right keys to only select lemmings that are walking in a particular direction, which is very, very useful. All we got to do to beat this level is just dig. So we're going to get started on that. I've also got fast forward. I've got jump back in time button, which is super useful. All these quality of life things that are in many modern versions of Lemmings. The most modern version of which that I've played is the PSP port, which we'll talk about a little bit as we go forward in the series. But I just want to relax and play some Lemmings with you guys. I'm using the original, I think these are the original Amiga graphics, and I've imported the SNES soundtrack because my original exposure to Lemmings back in the day, I had a cousin who had a Super Nintendo in 1991 or 1992, when the thing was still pretty brand new. And he had 4 games for it. He had Super Mario World, he had Darius Twin, which was a kind of Gradius clone spaceship game. He had Soul Blazer, which I'm scheduled to actually start recording just later today. And he had the SNES version of Lemmings, which was a fantastic game. It's a great port of the game. The biggest flaw with it is you have to use a controller interface, and this game was really designed for a mouse. So you're kind of trying to steer this cursor around the screen with a D-pad. Use the shoulder buttons on the controller to scroll back and forth between your jobs. And it's a little cumbersome. I played that version quite a lot early on, and then eventually when I told my dad that, hey, Lemmings is a cool game, and he got it for he had an Amiga at the time, which was where Lemmings originally came out, was for the Amiga. So, actually, I want to see, can we just, oh, this is so nice. Yeah, we don't have to use this too many builders, so they will survive this fall. Beautiful. And they'll go right on in. There are 4 difficulty settings to the original Lemmings. There are fun, tricky, taxing, and mayhem. They were in the original Amiga version. The original Amiga version also had a 2-player mode that didn't get ported to a lot of the other versions. But as the years went on, when I got into high school and we got our first computer, actually I can up the release rate now. We'll do that. I actually got the DOS version of Lemmings. And that was the first time that I think I played it all the way to completion, all the way to the end of the Mayhem levels. Because I had it at home for the first time ever in a version that had a mouse. And years later, they came out with sequels like Oh No, More Lemmings. They've got some Christmas packs they put out. Eventually they put out Lemmings 2, The Tribes, which I did in fact record in its entirety for YouTube, but because of DOSBox shenanigans, it got all desynced and I had to throw out all that footage. I guess now we just nuke these guys. It's always sad to nuke a blocker. You try to save as many lemmings as you can, you know what I mean? You try to not nuke a jabroni if you don't have to, but sometimes you have to. I like that it tells you just how many lemmings you need for each level rather than a percentage. Like, it tells us we have to save all 10 for this level. And I really love this feature that shows you exactly what's going to be dug out when you highlight a particular lemming. I really do love that feature a lot. Everybody needs to be a climber, but we're going to wait until we bust through the floor here. And we can go ahead and get this release rate going. So if you've never played Lemmings before, this is the first time you've seen the game, the whole idea of the game is the little lemming creatures walk on their own. You cannot direct them at all. They come out of their trapdoor and they start walking in one direction. They never ever stop, ever. And you have 8 different jobs you can assign them, some of which we've seen. These early levels are just kind of teaching you what each of the jobs do. The way they design levels in this game is actually very, very interesting. Like, there's a great article. The dev team that made it is called Schnoz. And essentially what they did is they designed levels in such a way that I think they actually had like a contest in their office. Like, hey, there's like a bounty if you design a level for lemmings and they end up putting them in the game. You get a bonus or something. So they ended up collecting all these levels, but they just took a lot of the end game levels, the really tricky levels that we'll see later on, and they made them way easier by giving you access to more and more jobs. As you can see, we've got 48 builders left in this level. I'm just going to up my release rate because I know it doesn't matter. Just because we're going to be going through a lot of just terrain in this level here. And once you run out of a job, you can't use it anymore in that level. That's how it goes. Is he going to go all the way through the wall? That's real nice. So yeah, this level, you start with 50 bashers and nothing else. You have nothing but bashers for the whole level. And if you run out of 50 bashers, you can't assign any more jobs. That's how they set the difficulty on each level. Like, okay, the puzzle is, how do you get the lemmings from point A, the trapdoor, to point B, the little lemming hole, and get them to shout yippee over and over and over with just the jobs allotted. So we'll see some of these levels pop up several times over the course of the game with different job assignments. And the fun difficulty setting is basically they start out by teaching you all the jobs and what they do. And then they just start giving you levels where they give you a bunch of jobs. And you kind of have to design your own solution to get to the end. Starting in tricky, I think there's 40 levels in each difficulty setting. Is that correct? Yeah, 120 total. No, 30 levels. 30 times 4 is 120, or something. Oh, I kind of wish it would show me where they're going to blow up at, because what happens here is we do a bomber guy. Oh, he bombs immediately. That's a quality of life change. So originally you would pick out a bomber and he would blow up, but he would have a countdown timer on his head. In this version, in neolemmix, I guess he just blows up immediately. I guess that doesn't... It's not super interesting to time a bomber. I don't know how I feel about that change, actually. Because on one hand, yeah, it's way more convenient for him to just blow up when you click on him, wherever you happen to click him. But on the other hand, like, that's a big rule change from the original version. So to get any precision with a bomber, the way you'd have to do it is set him as a blocker first, if you can. I don't know, like, that's a quality of life thing that I'm going to be happy with, but it is a rule change from the original game, so I'm going to have to get used to some of these changes, I guess. We'll just go ahead and get all the bros out. I don't think there's anything at all dangerous over here. Yeah, we just have to go over this and then build up out of this pit when we get that far, but that'll be easy because we have this ability to only select lemmings to the right, so we'll always get them bouncing off this wall. You'll see, it'll be great. A few years ago, I tried another kind of Lemmings homage called Lemony, which was another level editor. I think it's kind of depreciated nowadays. The Lemmings community, such as it is, kind of prefers neolemmix now, is my what I've gathered by looking on like the Reddits and stuff. But Lemony didn't have a lot of these quality of life changes that neolemmix has. I guess I'm just going to get good with the change. I guess I'm just going to enjoy having the Bombermans do their thing. And these guys are going to walk all the way back to the left and then all the way back to the right. If they do, we'll fast forward. Yeah, they're going to walk up out of here. Watch. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, we're out of there. Okay, so it's time to fast forward. Or I could just nuke these guys, because I'm pretty sure we didn't need to save anymore. So with Lemony, I did try to play through Oh No More Lemmings, which was kind of the sequel. It's just basically they made 120 more Lemmings levels, essentially. Do I do the ninja solution for this? Because look at how complicated this level looks. And they give you 20 of each job to get through it. But it's actually super easy. All we got to do is put down a blocker. Now, there is a solution to this level where you don't waste the lemming, where you can actually save everybody. But for now, we'll have to do that later anyway, but for now we'll just blow up the one blocker. It'll be wonderful. It'll be just fine. We'll send a nice gift, like a nice fruit basket to his family. Oh, I see, we got the countdown right here telling us when we're done with the level. Beautiful. See, this countdown timer here, this is what I'm more used to using a bomber. But okay. Okay. As long as you try your best. So, checking out this level here, pretty much the way to start any Lemmings level is to pause it and kind of just take stock of the level. And it looks like all we're going to do here is pop a blocker down immediately and then bash through this wall. And that's it. Yeah, you can even see the blocker. It shows you what spot they're blocking here. So this is a water. We got fire. Oh, it actually gives me labels for stuff. Nice. It's showing you the active hitbox for the fire is not quite the same as the little fire graphic. So this will be handy information to have for later levels that require more precision. It doesn't look nice. It looks really gross graphically, but it will be nice for me to have as the player. And I'm thinking when we complete all 120 levels of Lemmings, I might actually go play the Oh No More Lemmings. I'll have to think about it. We'll have to see how well received this series is, if at all. But with the rewind feature and all the precision features and such, I might be able to handle Oh No More Lemmings now. So there's the drop. You can see that dropping is bad here. So what we're going to do is we're going to place a blocker. We're going to place a blocker here, and then we're going to dig, and then we're going to up the release rate to get all the Lemmings out before this hole becomes too far for them to fall. And then when we get to the bottom here, actually we can blow these guys up now. When we get to the bottom here, this guy's going to dig all the way down. And we'll just, any right-facing Lemmings will get one and turn them into another blocker so they don't all walk under the drink. Because about half of them are going to, when we break through here, are going to walk off to the lemming hole. The other half are just going to walk off into the water over here. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this mode. Oop, here we go. So I need to turn you into a blocker. And we're good. Uh-oh. You guys, you know what? They got through my blocker. It was time for them to go. Totally stormed that level. Now, in the Amiga version, you actually get a password after each level. So here we're going to see another feature, another quality of life feature. So we need to actually make athletes. These two jobs, the climber and the floater, are jobs that last forever. And my lemmings turn green to reflect that. And if I mouse over them, it says they're an athlete, because they have both climbing and floating. But if I push Alt... okay, it shows me what jobs they have. Because I guess you can make a climber, a floater, a blocker, a builder, or a basher. Looks like 6 of these jobs can be assigned. Probably not bomber, and maybe not builder? I'm actually not sure. I guess we'll find out. But all we're going to do here is when he's going to turn around, and we'll bash through the wall, blow him up. Excellent. So the steel is dark gray to show you that it can't actually be destroyed at all. 4 of the abilities are destruction abilities. The basher bashes horizontally through surfaces, the miner digs downward at an angle, and the digger digs straight down. And there's only one building ability in this game, which is the builder we've seen, which is make stairs that go upwards. Later Lemmings games play around with this a lot more. There are a lot more building abilities, like there's a platformer that you can make horizontal platforms, you can build walls, you can throw rocks. We're just going to go ahead and fast forward to get this guy in the lemming hole a little faster. Totally stormed that level. Oh no, that level seemed no problem for me. Patience is fun 12. So what we're going to do here is just bash through the wall. We're going to get down here and then we just have to build up and out. So the first man coming out needs to be a blocker. That's good. Yeah, we're good from here. I don't think we need to pause anymore. Oh, I just accidentally built, didn't I? That was stupid. I think we just need to build up to the left, then up to the right, and we're out of here. So we will grab a lemming going left here. One functionality I don't think neolemmix has is the ability to highlight a lemming and kind of follow him along and then trigger... I know you can highlight a lemming. How did I do that? With the I highlighted him, but I can't actually assign him a job unless I'm actually on him. Being able to select which direction lemmings are, like, only a left-facing lemming or only a right-facing lemming, that's extremely good. And that's something that was not in the original games, even in the SNES version. And you can, like, when they're all bunched up against the wall here, it just kind of grabs one essentially at random. And some levels are built around the idea of if you waste too many skills trying to get this lemming to do what you want him to do, you can't win the level. Obviously, those levels are now trivialized because we want to up the release rate a lot here, don't we? We're just a little space in between them. Otherwise, we'll run out of time. Or maybe it's the later version of this level. But because we can pause and make sure we only select lemmings of a particular direction, that's not going to happen to us. This level, the gimmick here is if they fall from the top, they will splat. You can see there's like one pixel too far. If they fall from anywhere else, they're fine. So we need to make every single lemming a digger in order to win this level. If you dig right away, you will lose a lot of lemmings. I like how it advances 1 frame every single time that I click. Just long enough to assign the job. That's another quality of life thing. Wow, we got the Lemmings wave going there. I like it. I dig it. Or they dig it, I guess. I'm noticing more and more little quality of life things as I go. Because Lemmings gets a little tedious. And it's one of the reasons I haven't brought it to the channel before now, is it does get a little tedious. There's a lot of interface screws. There's a lot of levels, especially kind of early on in Oh No More Lemmings, as far as I've made it in that game, where the pixel you place a lemming's job on really matters, like a lot. And if you get it wrong, you got to start the whole level over if you don't have a rewind feature. So we're going to bash through here, and then I don't have to guess where this builder needs to be placed, because it's going to show me where the builder needs to be placed. That's so nice. I like it a lot. And it's going to show, I don't have to guess here if I can safely bash through. Because it shows me. Oh, actually, I think I might have not done that right. Oh, no, well. You know what, no problem though. We can just jump back in time. There we go, we just do that. We'll get him right about here. Yeah, perfect, right there. So this little precision, these little pixels, they matter. They matter a lot. Some of these levels are designed where one pixel makes or breaks the difference in the whole level, because either you'll like bash through the wrong part of a wall like we saw there, or you'll waste a job that you need, or something terrible will happen to you. But these abilities to just tweak your input a little bit make all the difference, because it takes all of the interface screw out of the game and it just leaves the puzzling. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Are all my lemmings out? No, we're still coming out. I'm gonna go ahead and up the release rate. Get all the homeboys a walking. We don't want them just bouncing back and forth the full length of the level. So we're gonna do the same thing again here. What are we thinking? Right there? Looks good. Looks real good. Oh, I guess I might have a pause button on my mouse too that I'm forgetting about. Let's get the bashers ready. One facing right. Beautiful. Like right there, it wants to highlight a man who's facing left when I just highlight this group of them, but when I push the right key, boom. Right through the wall. It's a wonderful thing. I'm really enjoying this, I gotta say. The PSP version of Lemmings was excellent. It had a lot of these little ideas. It had like direction selecting. I don't think it had rewinding. No, you still had to replay a whole level if you made a mistake. But it had a lot of these little things that made the game more palatable. It also had beautiful graphics. It didn't have the Amiga-style pixel graphics here. It had fully like 3D little lemmings wandering around. Excellent, excellent game. But there's just something about the old school style of these lemmings that... because I had considered doing the PSP version for the channel. There's also a version on the PS3. Because Sony owns the entire Schnoz backlog. At this point. Actually, Schnoz was the publisher. The developer of Lemmings was DMA Design, who is now Rockstar North. So believe it or not, the people who make the Grand Theft Auto games now made Lemmings back in the 90s. This was before they were all super edgy, I suppose. Don't let your eyes deceive you. Alright, what's the plan here? I guess we're just gonna... We don't need a blocker, because we're all gonna get trapped in there. We just bash, bash, bash. Ah! There's a trap here. This spot right here is deadly. So what we need to do is... Oh, we are going to need a blocker, actually. We're going to need the block over here, it looks like. Actually, we could just bash through the first two walls and have the third guy climb and float. And that'll be fine. Then my third guy, he's going to be a hero lemming. He's going to do all the work for us. He's going to build over this gap. He's going to build over this gap. And nobody's going to get caught in this trap. And everything's going to be wonderful forever. So we can just go ahead and up the release rate. Get a basher ready. Actually, we'll go ahead and get our hero going immediately. Because he can't... Oh, these drops... This drop here would have been... No, that's safe. This drop here would have been death, though. Yeah, okay. Alright, so we need to get a basher going. A right-facing basher through the wall. So all these guys are going to be, yeah, they're good. They're good to go. He's going to go up and over. I'm going to go through this wall. And then this wall we won't bash through just yet. The day will come, my friends, but it is not this day. Many levels in this game, as I said, it can get tedious from time to time, but we got a fast forward button if it ever gets too unpalatable for us. But a lot of levels kind of boil down to just build. Building platforms all over the place. So we're going to start building from right about here. He's going to put down 12 tiles, and he's going to shrug. While he's shrugging, we can click him again to make him a builder again, to get 12 more tiles. And you can hear the little tink sounds that he makes. It'll go tink, tink, tink. Listen close. Listen for it. That's why you know the builder is about to run out. And there are levels where you can actually stretch the stairway a little bit by, after he shrugs, let him walk one more step. And build again, and you get a couple extra pixels for each builder horizontally. That's required for some stages. And those stages are going to be a lot better now because if we screw it up, we don't have to replay the entire level because we clicked 1 second too late. Instead, we can just rewind and get another chance at it immediately. So I think now we can go back and... Oh, nobody's ready to bash this wall yet. Are you? So he's done. Now we just get the basher here. And that's it. All the homies are going to come home. Nobody gets caught in the trap. The traps are wonderful. Just the little animations as the lemmings gloriously die. Alright guys. Let's go. Now, these guys are all going the wrong way. Fair enough. And there's just something very relaxing to me watching the little lemmings worm make its way through the level and across all the traps. Hero lemming levels are the most boring to implement, where you have like just one lemming do all the work, but the payoff is very relaxing indeed, where you just get to watch the whole mass of lemming manity traverse the entire level. Especially when you get fun wavy effects like on these stairs here. And then you always got stragglers. These are the guys that were facing the wrong direction. They were the ones that turned around in this tunnel as the basher was working. So usually you got a couple waves of stragglers to watch out for. There was an option for high quality minimap, and I guess that's what this is here. I wonder if that just means you don't get green pixels showing the lemmings. Otherwise. Alright, we're going to fast forward the last of you nerds. Get in there. Beautiful. Don't do anything too hasty. So here's heaven. Lemming heaven. And again, we're going to get a builder going up here. And he's just going to build the whole way up, I think. Yeah. We're just going to trap the guys in between two blockers. Let him walk. Let him block. Get him building, and let him block. And this should be it. There's a version of this level later on where same exact thing. You have enough builders to get up, but you don't have any blockers. Oh, this is a cute idea, how you get little gradients. The darker pixels are lower in the stairs and the lighter pixels are higher up. So you get like a visual shorthand for how high a builder has gone too. That's actually a neat trick. He's just going to go all the way up. Actually, I think the hard version of this level is, that's actually backwards. There's a real version of this level that was made, and this is the easy version of the level, is how it actually goes. But yeah, I think in the harder version of the level, you need to stretch the stairs out a little more. Because you can see, if I had managed to get a few pixels, I could have done this with one fewer stair. Like if I built a couple pixels later, and then stretched each stair out to the last pixel, I probably could have gotten away with one fewer stair. So I wouldn't be surprised if the later version of that level limits how many stairs I have. Easy when you know how. Fun 17. So I think there are traps. Yeah. Traps. 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 We need to... This is where we're just gonna... I know how we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this the way that it works later on. Oh, maybe not. Maybe this isn't that level. Hold on, let me back that up. Alright, what's my game plan here? We're going to... If we let the lemmings walk down here, they just get destroyed in the traps. Is this a safe fall? This is a... Ooh, it's not a safe fall. Not quite a safe fall, anyway. So if we bash out to the right, we're dead. We could put a blocker on these stairs, turn a builder around, but then blowing up the block would make the stairs impassable. So... what we're going to do instead is... we only have to save 20 and we got 50. I don't think... if we stack a bunch of lemmings up, only one in the group will get killed at a time. So I think what we're going to do is get a blocker going. Whoa, why did that blocker get set? I didn't want to set him yet. Oh, when I rewind, it's setting a replay. I don't want that. What if I hold down this button here? Maybe if you rewind too much, it goes into, like, replay mode? Yeah, it does. So you can only actually rewind the last couple seconds of gameplay. That's fine, because we can just restart the level. Oh, we're still in replay mode. Huh. Well, let's nuke the level. That's what we'll do. Beautiful. And then the game's going to yell at me. Like, I hope for your sake you nuked that level. I did. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We're going to get a blocker ready. Hey, we're still in replay mode. I don't know why I'm still in replay mode. I shouldn't be in replay mode. I'm going to... here's what we're going to do. We're going to back out. Oops, I closed the game. Ah, that's not good. Black screen, black screen. Super gross. Okay. Let's just try and... I'm looking at my hotkeys right now to make sure that that's correct. Yeah. Time skip. Forward 85 frames. Back 85 frames. What's... I accidentally turned on replay mode, and I... oh, maybe the E button. This edit replay. Maybe that was it. I just won't push it this time. It'll be fine. And I think we're still on the correct level if I just push F1. We are indeed. I think that must have been what happened, is I accidentally edited a replay. So what we're going to do is... he's going to be a blocker. He's going to turn around. And he's going to be a blocker. And it... nope. Well, that's probably still fine, right? Yeah, that's still fine. If I blow him up, though... does he blow a hole through the bottom? He does blow a hole through the bottom of the screen. That's not good. Oh, I see. I've got to manually edit the replay? That's kind of strange. So we need a blocker. Where can we put a blocker? You know what? I know where we can put a blocker where he won't blow up. Watch this. Right there. And nobody's getting out now. Now we'll just up the release rate here, and we will bash through... Oh, I can't up the release rate. It's locked at 99. We'll just bash through here. And get everybody trapped in this little spot. Excellent. And once everybody's all stacked up, we got 20 walkers there, 26 walkers. Once we have everybody stacked up, we can blow up this blocker. And we're going to lose 4 lemmings, but that's all we're going to lose. Well, 5 if you count the blocker, which I guess you should. Almost 50, yeah, 49 dudes are stacked up right there, but the traps can't kill all of them, as we can see. I love being able to see just the actual pixel that causes the trap to do its thing. Beautiful. 45 yippies coming up. So I'm going to back out to the menu here and go into settings. And I'm going to turn off automatically save replays. And we're going to see if that fixes anything. So this level is going to be a lot easier now because I don't have to place blockers. The idea here originally is you had to time the bomber so you'd blow up in the right spot. And this level teaches you to use blockers to precisely set your bombers, but we don't actually need to do that anymore. So, this level's super easy now. I don't need any blockers at all. And later on, when I find the quote-unquote hard version of it, it's going to be pretty much the same thing as this. Uh-oh! This is not good. See what I've done? You see what I've done here? That's not good. We got to back that up. Yeah, it still goes into replay mode whenever I do that. So let's... I can push E. I don't think you guys can see the little edit window coming up. There we go. That's good. Ah, okay. Still learning the interface here. We want to make sure that we don't fall all the way down. And now we're not falling all the way down. It's good. It's good now. We'll get somebody way over here. Let's go ahead and up the release rate. And now it's not just a straight drop all the way down. See, if you make a mistake like that at the very end of a level without the rewind feature and stuff, which is a little janky, I'm gonna get used to it. I'm gonna maybe look up some documentation on neolemmix, perhaps. Because what it's doing is it's saving all of my job assignments. I guess it's just saving the position and timestamp of each job assignment. And when you'll see the R button down here when it goes into replay mode, and I have to push a button to manually remove those job assignments if I want to change them. We'll just have to put up with it for this session, then I'll see if there's a better fix for the next episode of Let's Play Lemmings. Very yippee, we got it. Take good care of my lemmings. So, all we need to do is build from, I think like here-ish is probably a good spot to build. And this is my favorite Lemmings song ever. Of all of the Lemmings music, this is, God, what's the name of the song? Pac-Bell's something. Pac-Bell's Concerto in D or some... years and years ago, I had the idea to make a YouTube video about this song. Like, I found every single version of Lemmings I could possibly find, which involved installing an emulator for the Acorn Archimedes, which involved learning a little bit about the Acorn Archimedes community, and there are aspects of the community which don't want people using emulators. Let's go ahead and pause that. That's a good spot for a blocker. right there. I guess everybody else is just gonna get real spread out. That was wrong. We're already in the replay mode. That's not... I don't want that. Delete. Delete that blocker. This is my last one? No. I gotta make my builder again. Very good. Once we see the last lemming, we're gonna make him our blocker. We still haven't seen the last lemming. They're still coming. Looks like the builder will be fine. There he is. You there. Wonderful. But I absolutely adore this song, and I had found every version of Lemmings I could possibly find, some of which don't feature this song. But I was going to do like a montage of all of the video footage from them, showing how different they look graphically. And then cycle through all of the different versions of this song. Because different hardware plays different versions, obviously. It had to be resequenced. The original Amiga version you could choose to play with music or sound effects, but not both at the same time. And then, of course, later versions of the game, like the PSP version, etc., have more orchestrated versions. But I like the old school chiptunes. So we'll blow him up, and we'll fast forward. So Mr. Schnoz here, way at the back. It's always Mr. Schnoz at the back. Always. I guess he wasn't literally at the back, because the guy who was at the back was my blocker, who I just blew up. We are now at LemmCon 1. So, all we need to do is... we're going to have a guy build over the gap here. Our first guy out needs to be... our second guy needs to be a blocker. Because we're going to do hero lemmings here, it looks like. So you build. We want a blocker in a spot where he's not going to blow up the stairs. Like right there is a great spot for a blocker. And then right there. And we can already blow him up. So we've got a hero man here. We're going to bash through the wall. You need to be a... one of these guys needs to be a blocker. You can bash. That's fine. Yeah, we need to get a blocker under these stairs here. So when they come back from that direction... excuse you. I'm not happy with that. We're going to... undo that. In fact, we can stall you by making you build. And then your friend can be our blocker. Right there. How about that? Oh, we... so the pixel of his block doesn't actually reach up over the stairs, but it's possible to get stairs going through a blocker. If you build into the purple pixel right here, your builder will turn around. And it's also possible to get the blocking pixels to reach through the stairs in some levels. I forget if that's ever required or not. We just go ahead and bash through the rest of these walls. Pump the release rate. So I guess this wasn't technically a hero level because we had bashers and builders and things happening. And is he going to get all the way through there? Yep, he's done. So now we just bash through here. Everything's good. blow you up. And once the last lemming has turned around successfully, we can blow you up. Enjoy looking at the blockers while we have them, because later in the game, once we get to the higher difficulty settings on Taxing and Mayhem, we will not have blockers anymore. There comes a point in the game where they're just like, alright, no more blockers. Figure it out. Totally stormed that level. You live in Lem. So this little lighthouse here, I think they'll actually walk up and over that because of the way the pixels are situated. So, we have a trap really late in the level we're going to worry about. I think we just kind of bash and build and bash our way through this, correct? Because we'll walk up all of this. Where do we actually get turned around at is a question. Because they can step over these little roots. So yeah, we're just going to start by bashing through this wall. And when we get to this situation, we're going to need somebody to build over this trap. Pump the release rate here. So we're going to have you be a blocker. Oh, we're going to blow through the floor there, aren't we? We are. I got to keep an eye on that. Fair enough. I'm going to figure out this replay thing, so I don't have to keep doing this in future videos. Okay. So where do I want a blocker, then? I guess I could just put a blocker up here. Yeah, let's just do that. That's fine. We'll let one man through to do the work, and then you can just block. And there's nothing else dangerous back there. They're not going to get any trouble behind him, so... And he's going to walk over all these routes, and we just have to build, and we can see the exact pixels we need to build over. Are these pink pixels here. Which correspond with the little button right in the middle of the bear trap. So we know exactly, right there we can go, and you're going to get over that trap, and nobody's going to trigger it. Except... Oh, that was fun. So what happened there is... Okay, so the first few stairs left this upper left pink pixel above the stairs is what happened there. So as he was building the stairs, he came into contact with, it looks like this upper pink pixel right here. So let's go a little earlier then. Like back here. Is he going to hit his head, or... We'll see if he hits his head on that root up there. Nope, we're good. That's good enough. Okay, so now we can just blow up your boy here. And everything is copacetic. Just checking to see if the water reaches up through the bridge, but it does not. I love this here, like how everybody's climbing up over the roof. Like, every lemming in turn pops his head up above the crowd. Everyone gets to be king for just a moment. Just a moment. I remember reading... There's a great game dev article, Lemmings guys, like kind of telling the story of how Lemmings came about. One of the first things... Like, before the game design even got underway, is we were designing a different game. And they needed to figure out the physics for, like, a weapon or something that you get in that game that travels along the ground. That kind of hugs the ground. Kind of like a bubble lead sort of thing. But they want it to be able to go up over little tiny objects. They want it to, like, fall realistically. And in programming that, they essentially programmed a lemming. And somebody... I guess it was like an office challenge. Like, what's the tiniest... thing you could draw with pixels that still looks like a walk cycle, and then combining those two ideas is how we ended up with Lemmings. This game is a reference to, I think it's called Shadow of the Beasts, which was another Amiga game published by Schnoz. So it has all different graphics, because these are the graphics used in the game Shadow of the Beast, and it's actually using Shadow of the Beast music. Is the whole point of this level. Kind of interesting. Let's go ahead and up the release right here. Nobody's going to get through my blocker at the end. There's a couple of levels like this in the game. Just kind of homage levels to other Schnoz games that were either out or coming out at the time. So I think we've actually left the SNES music behind. I think the SNES version of this game doesn't have these graphics. It just uses like standard level graphics instead, because obviously Shadow of the Beast is not a thing anymore that anybody knows about, and maybe they don't even have the rights to the graphics. Who even knows? Oh, we need to get through this wall here. Oh, somebody's already doing it. Good. We'll just hold down the right key here to make sure that we get through. Alright, so we want to have somebody build, I think, from here up to the right. And then we'll get somebody going back to the left once we bounce off the wall here. The difficult part of this level is the timer. The timer's pretty tight, and if you get the whole crowd going back and forth too often, you can run that timer all the way out. Looks like we've almost got all the way to the wall, though. Like right there, that guy will get all the way to the wall. Then we'll get somebody bouncing off to the right, like here. Should do the trick. Eventually, all the lemmings will get caught up in this little area here. By the time this builder is done with his path, everybody will be bunched up over here. That should be just about it, actually. Not quite enough, so there's going to be a lot of overhang. Oh, we need to bash through this too. Whoops. And yeah, we got 2 minutes 30 still on the clock. Good to go. Everybody's walking right. Here's Mr. Schnoz, once again at the back of the line. The current state of the Lemmings community is a little dire, because Sony bought the rights to a lot of old Schnoz games. I think during the PlayStation 2 era, or thereabouts. I don't know the whole story, but... So Sony is the company that owns Lemmings, and it's pretty clear they're not doing much with it. The last major Lemmings release was the PSP, which was just a port of Lemmings, and again, great game, but it was just a port. The PS3 version had new levels and new concepts and ideas, like there were Lemming cloners. There were little icons on the map that gave you jobs as you picked them up. I've lost that lemming feeling. We're going back here to the exit, right? Yeah. Yeah. We got 2 exits. They're both exits, yes? Oh, you know what? There's a level later on where the exit is completely hidden by terrain. I think this mode here will completely spoil the surprise. Like right here. This I think is an exit? No, maybe not. It's not letting me highlight stuff anymore. There it is, water. Fire. Oh, maybe because I'm paused. Yeah, because I'm paused. Are we in any dire straits here? Yeah, we are. We need to get a blocker going. Because this is an exit, yes? Yeah, it is. They show you exactly where it is. I think the level is called Are You Missing Something? And there's not one here. That's a lie. Alright, so where do we need... If we bash through here, we're coming all through here. I think we'll catch that. Maybe? I think we're good to just bash straight through the wall here. And we'll go right through this X marks the spot, but there won't actually be anything there. So Sony released the PS3 and PSP versions. Actually, Lemmings is one of the very first PS3 games that I ever bought. I bought a PS3 just before Metal Gear Solid 4 came out. And I think my Sony PlayStation avatar to this day is still a little lemming with an umbrella, come to think of it. But anyway, obviously they're not developing new Lemmings games. I think what we want to do here is get him building to stop him. Because if we let him bash, he's going to continue to bash straight and then drop into this hole. That's not what I want. I want to get him to build here so he stops bashing. And instead, we go to the hole that's a little higher up. That's what I want. I guess the newest actual Lemmings game came out on Android and was pretty dire. Ooh, how are we going to get through this mess? We're going to have to build across with a basher, which means we're going to have to make you... Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. That's the wrong guy. We're going to have to get a blocker going. You right here. Perfect. Going to be a blocker. So yeah, we're going to bash. That's a little too high up, I think. We'll let the replay play out here. There we go. Yeah, so we want to bash. That looks right. That looks good right there. Let's do that. So we'll come in under this fire and then build up from the fire is what we'll do. I guess we can go ahead and get all the homies out. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a version of this level that's just called Are You Missing Something? That doesn't mark... You just have to kind of dig around for it, but we're going to be able to cheat and know exactly where it is. Alright, so you, sir. That's perfect. And we're going to use kind of an advanced tactic once he gets stuck up here. So he's going to turn himself around accidentally. Yeah. So what happened there is he put a brick down into some terrain, and his stairs, they didn't run out, but because his stairs were blocked, he stopped being a builder and turned around. Well, we don't want him to walk all the way back. What we can do is do the same trick again in this hallway, right there. He'll just hit his head and turn around immediately, and then we can just bash right through this wall. So we can now destroy this. And everybody is safe. And then once Mr. Schnoz here touches my blocker, we'll blow up that other blocker and everybody can go home. So little advanced tricks like that are required in later levels. You do have to have some kind of... You do have to have an aha moment later on when you realize that you can... Like, things that happen accidentally. Like, in these early levels, turning a builder around like that accidentally is just an irritation. It just gets in the way. But later on, you have to know that it's a possibility. Another example of that is if you destroy the pixel that a builder is standing on, he stops being a builder. He turns into a faller and he continues walking. So there are late game levels where you have to know how to do that. There's a couple different ways to do that, and you have to know what they are. So it is kind of fun to use those advanced game tricks here on the easy fun levels. I guess we'll just do all the fun levels. We might as well just go through all 30 of them in this session. Alright, so we're at release rate 99. Everybody's going to walk off. They're going to come over here. They're going to all end up in the drink. That is not good. What do we need to do to... Are there any traps lurking around? There is a trap lurking over here. What we're going to do is... Let me check my drop height. My drop height's fine. Let's see here. That trap is really the only thing I've got to worry about, but I can dig through this material here. I only need to save 20, so I might just let him wander over the trap. So here's what we're going to do to start. Is get him digging. That was not a good spot for him to dig. I will be the first one to... here, let's actually remove that digger from the replay list. Because nobody gets through the hole. No, one guy gets through the hole. These two guys here, I'm going to let them drown, I think. I don't need them. I'm not worried about them. And a whole bunch of guys are going to wander into the trap. But we only need 20. Later on, there's probably a save 100% version of this level. We could probably just have let them all march right through the trap. It wouldn't have mattered. So now Mr. Schnoz is a builder. Go figure. More than enough lemmings left over. We're just going to bake them into lemming pie, let's be honest. We're just going to... Seemed no problem to you, but we didn't totally storm it. Lemmings everywhere. So they're going to walk into this kind of lattice work and get kind of crisscrossed everywhere. And all we got to do is... Where do they end up? Let's start with that. They're going to walk all the way up to the top here. They're going to end up like up here. And all we need to do is get them down into... So I think we're going to use miners here. We'll be fine. Let's make sure we're facing right here. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, we're just going to walk up here. That's... The problem is, if they get over this little hump, they'll go all the way up here and off the side of the level, which is bad news. So let's do this. Down here. I think this is fine. Yeah, this is fine. No, it's not. It's not fine. It's not fine. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. We're just gonna delete that from the replay menu. Everything's good now. No, everything's not good. Everything's bad. Let's How are we doing? Okay, so right there. Now everybody's in here. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? We need a left guy. Oh, this might be bad, actually. Because we got lemmings going every direction over here. Let's bash them all into here. You know what we can do, actually? Watch this. This isn't going to be perfect, but... Actually, that worked out pretty well. Lining that digger up with just the pixels, the active pixels of the exit, worked really well. Okay. Probably a non-standard solution to that level, but... okay, so all we need to do is get over the terrain. Like, there's no actual trick to this level. So we're just going to... Are we going to hero lemming this? I guess we have to hero lemming this. Because, yeah, you're going to need to be a builder to start with. We're going to get the homies a-blocking. Is it only 2 lemmings? Oh, it's only 2 lemmings. I didn't think the fun version of this level only had 2 lemmings. Well, we have to redo this now. I thought it was going to give me a bunch of lemmings. Yeah, later version of this lemming level, you have 2 lemmings you have to get through, but very limited jobs to do it. Yeah, 2 lemmings. It even says on the level here. So all we have to do is stall you back here. You cannot be a blocker, but you can be a builder. So one guy's going to do the actual work, the other guy's going to be stalled. Should be perfectly fine. That should be it then. Once we build up to here, we're done. Using building as a stalling tactic is a thing that you do kind of have to do a lot. And then the thickness, like he's just making this staircase a little thicker. I'm pretty sure there's levels that use that concept later on as well. You gotta really think outside the box sometimes in the later Lemmings levels. You have to really know all of the... Oh, there's a trap here. Fun. You have to really know a lot of the real esoteric stuff about the game engine. How do I want to do this? I could block all the way around. I don't want to have to build all the way up here. So yeah, we're gonna take the guys around, I think. We are gonna need a hero here. Oh no, I need 2 guys to come out. That's my bad. I need 2 of them coming out here. Here, I need to... I wonder if I can just disable the replays altogether. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so I need you to be a builder. I need you to stall. Because you need to be a blocker and turn my other builder around. And we're going to do the same thing, so I need a 3rd guy as well. And then you, friend, can be a blocker. So you're going to block, you're going to block, you're going to be my hero in the 3rd spot there. Is the master plan. So we need you to block. That's fine. So now you're... Oh, you're not safe. Never mind. Okay, now it's safe. Now it's kind of sealed up. We're in good shape now. Okay, now he's going to come all the way across and be a blocker. I don't think it's totally safe to blow up the mans here yet. Because, yeah, this is the wrong building angle, for one thing. That's not a very conducive building angle. So doing it this way... Oh, are you stuck? Are you stuck, my friend? Sorry about that. Didn't realize you was stuck, Hoss. Did somebody go for a swim? I heard somebody go for a swim. Let's back that up. Yeah, he went for a swim when he bashed through that. Let's go. Let's bring it back there. Can I delete all these at once? I can't. This is really obnoxious, having to edit this replay in real time here. Okay. Oh god, now what's happening? Oh god, now what's happening? No, no, no. Erase everything. Erase absolutely everything. You know what? You know what? We're gonna have to just start this over. I don't have the hang of the replay controls. I need 25... There are 50. I've only got 20 floaters. I could have them start floating down. Oh, I'm still in replay mode. That's not good. Let's get rid of all that. Okay. I could have them float down, turn somebody around, and build upwards. Because the drop height, one builder should be able to secure it for me. You know what? Maybe we'll do that. You're a floater. You're a digger. You're a builder. You guys can both be floaters. That looks good-ish. Not quite. That looks good. You be a builder. And now we'll just turn everybody else into floaters. This'll do it. And eventually the splat height won't matter anymore. Yeah, we should be fine now. No, we're 1 pixel off. Alright, back that up. Back that up to the builder here. Have to edit the replay a little bit. There's got to be a way to just turn this off so the... Alright, let's see here. We need to come... Right there is the pixel that we need. That was a little too... Right there? Let's try that. If not, we could build twice, I guess. I probably got enough floaters to build twice. That looks good. No, not quite. Okay, what we can do then is just build twice. And then this solution will work fine. If we build from back here with this guy falling here, that's what we'll do. Okay, so I gotta delete everything out of the replay again. There's gonna be documentation that tells me how this replay function works. It's basically just reading inputs. It's like, okay, at this timestamp, set this job to this lemming or something. Okay, so you need to be floater. So we're gonna save everybody. We have the floaters to do it. That should be fine. Yeah, look at that. No problem. Now everybody's going to survive. We can just go ahead and pop this release rate up. And we don't have to go all the way around the top of the level. And Mr. Schnoz, by the time he even comes out, the whole level's already solved. There he is. There's my boy right there. And I like how they kind of put stuff off to the side of the level that doesn't actually come into play at all. If only they could fly. Fun 28. So we're going to get trapped in here. We're probably going to dig our way down here. It's fine. I probably want to have a hero come over to the left to... Ugh. Yeah, we want to build from like way back here or something. We got 30 builders. We just build... What happens if we build up from here, I wonder? Let's try that first. So you're going to be a climber and a floater. And we'll dig the rest of the homeboys out later. Ooh, the B key just backs up a couple frames and doesn't go into replay mode. Cool. That's very helpful. Does it go into replay mode eventually? Oh, it does. Back to my last assignment. But that's helpful just backing up a couple pixels. I pushed the B key because I thought maybe I'd get like a builder template, like this is my drop height. I think, oh, maybe B turns one on for builders, but it doesn't, like... It does not, though. So we are going to... I think that's good right there. I hope he doesn't turn around there, actually. Okay, he doesn't. We want to go... He should turn around against this wall here, I would think. I feel like there's got to be a setting, like, that automatically save replay setting, but I thought I had turned that off. I'm gonna look up some documentation. Okay, so that's sealed, and he's gonna turn around. Like so. And I just want to go up to this platform now. If I turn him around, but then the rest of the crowd comes through, is going to fall off to the right. So that doesn't actually help me unless we do this. So let's go ahead and get a left-facing guy. Give him an umbrella. And he can finish what the rest of us started. There's so much level over here. Like, with enough work, you could get lemmings to pretty much any point, any level. So once he bounces off of this blocker here, like that. And now it's actually safe to start digging out the nerds here. Because they're going to get trapped in this little space here, so that's good. I'll make sure that we dig in a zigzag pattern here. And then we actually bash out of the left. Because if we dig down, we'll get lemmings walking either direction, and eventually someone will end up in the lava. Is it called lava? It's called water. Even though it is totally lava. Actually, you know what? I don't think I like that very much. Let's... I think that was built a little too late there. We're gonna replace that. Right there. Perfect. So there'd be a way to do this without setting this blocker. That would involve probably lining up the platform so it comes right to the bottom of the brick here. That way there's too much space. They won't actually step up onto the platform. They'll actually bounce off of it if you place your builder on exactly the right pixel. Hurrah! Warolora Lemmings. So we're going the wrong way. So something obvious thing. We start there. Okay. Are we just going to... We just got to get through the terrain, right? There's no actual tricks. Yeah, we just bash everybody to this part and then start building up and out. That's all we got to do here. It's just a fun bashy times level. This is where the left button is going to come in real handy to make sure, because otherwise you just got everybody bunched up here. You got like a 50-50 chance of accidentally picking somebody facing right and wasting a basher against the steel block. There are methods to get around that, for that to not happen. Are we going to get trapped here? We are. Or at least to minimize the chance of that happening, but... Oh, we got to build up and over here, don't we? No problem. Oh, wait, no, that's not going to work. What was I thinking? Let me get rid of this builder, get rid of this basher. We have to build from down here. What if we do this, actually? I don't think we'll need to use a blocker here. I think with enough builders, we'll just build like an actual wall here. And eventually nobody will get trapped anymore. Because you always put down at least one tile, and eventually that one tile will create a hermetic seal. Alright, so now we need somebody going left. I think that was way too early. But we got so many resources, we might as well just use everything. Bash right about here. Ah! What are you doing? What's the problem here? You know what? That's what you deserve. All you had to do was not get stuck in a wall, okay? That's all you had to do, and you couldn't even figure it out. Oh, there's a little nubbin here which broke my staircase. You know what I mean? A little nubbin. You get nubbins happening from time to time. I actually should have built a little lower here so I could come from like this part of the wall up to the left, but I already didn't do that. So we are going to have to try to seal this off again. There we go. Man, nobody got trapped this time. Beautiful. And that should actually solve the level. Excellent. So here's Mr. Schnoz going the wrong way. Oh, you're still here. I still have two minds about whether or not I like the change to bombers. I can't... In neolemmix, I haven't actually... I mean, I really like how they work and how it removes all of the irritating guesswork out of using a bomber. But at the same time, they're not bombers anymore. Lock up your lemmings. Are they all going to get trapped here? Yeah. So you really literally do have a 50-50 chance of what direction the lemmings go. Unless you can just hold the button down, like we can. So we guarantee he's going to bash to the left here. And we guarantee he's going to bash to the right here. And we guarantee he's going to bash to the left here. And it's just very, very useful. And it takes a level that was otherwise just entirely luck and turns it into just a nice breezy end to the fun levels. So, I hope you guys are enjoying your chance to indulge me in some lemmings. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. But when we pick this up in the next video, we will be ready to go to Tricky 1. This should be a doddle. Thank you guys so much for walking. Walking? Thank you for walking, lemmings, and walking in a straight line and off cliffs, bouncing off of walls.